cherish, because you do know for yourself, you know that family can sometimes be some of the worst people to deal with. Oh, okay, you don't know what I'm talking about. Let a funeral come up and you see for yourself. Let a wedding come up. You're going to see for yourself. Let a reunion planning meeting come up. You'll see for yourself that there are some family members. The text talks about now I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting to this text because I don't want to leave this text because it's all building up to this text here. My David is writing this text because now Absalom gets the big head and sends David on the run. David is now on the run from his own child. He goes to the city called Gath, which is the Philistine city. And so now he finds himself in front of the king, the great king Abimelech. Abimelech now looks at him. David says, now I'm in trouble now. I'm in real big trouble now. So I need now to act as if I'm crazy. Let me come deeper. You do know when you're facing the enemy, sometimes it'll work if you just praise God. It's going to look crazy to some people. See, that's why I dance. That's why I shout. Because it may look crazy to some people, but I know the Lord is me. Sometimes you got to do some of those crazy things. It looks crazy that you go to church every Sunday. It looks crazy that you're going to Bible study. It looks crazy that you're reading an ancient Bible that's been written decades and decades and decades ago. I wish I had a witness again. It looks crazy, but I know for sure that my Redeemer lives. And so because I know my Redeemer lives, I will keep on looking crazy. Because that's how I handle my enemies. I'm going somewhere, and so now he's on the run. He acts crazy. He starts acting crazy because he knows that it was considered taboo to kill someone who is crazy. And so King let him go, sends him out to the wilderness because the king figured that David would go out to the wilderness and get eaten by the wolves. And so now he's on the run. He sits here. And he begins, I can imagine him looking through his whole life, going through all that has gone on in his life, taking a retrospect of what has gone on with him in a situation with Bathsheba, and him in a situation with the baby dying, and him with the situation of Tamar being raped by his own child, and him dealing with the fact that his own child has now been killed, and dealing with his own son running him out of the city. And he stands there, puts pen to paper, and comes up with the words, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered him out of them all. Now let me just ask you a question. Was David out of his mind? Is he still playing crazy? Because I know I've been dealing with a whole lot of stuff. Is David crazy now? He's saying after all that he's been through, that he's able to muster up enough strength to say many are the afflictions of the righteous, but does he not know about the AIDS victims in America alone? Does he not understand about the police brutality all across this nation? Does he not understand about the Ebola virus? Does he not understand about the presidential nominees? Is David out of his mind? And so I'm so glad that you asked me to ask David, was he really out of his mind? And I concur with David. Now, I'm going to tell you now, I was not there when David slayed the lion. I wasn't there. I was not there when he dealt with Goliath. I was not there when he recovered the Ark of the Covenant. I was not there when the choir sang how David killed his thousands and his tens of thousands. But I was there when God delivered me. I was there when he picked me up. I was there when he turned me around and placed my feet. Is there anybody here who can testify that you have history with God, that you've seen him do the miraculous, that you've seen him do the mighty, that even though it was bad, God got you through it? Y'all been talking, Priest Harris, I'm doing it, Lord, don't rain, because that's how good our God is. He says, many are the afflictions of the righteous. I'm almost done, man. I got 2 more minutes because the dolphins are playing. And so many But many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. Can I paraphrase what he's saying? He said, don't you worry about a thing. That's what he said. He said, don't you worry about a thing. And so can I give you some intricates, if you will, some trinkets out of this text that will help you to get through this so you can get the same kind of mindset that David had? Can I show you why he could even say this out of this text? The first reason is because the Lord has afforded you, get this, a religion that repels pressure. It's right here in the text. I ain't making it up. Because we live in a wicked and wayward and warped society. It is infused, infiltrated, and infested, and even infected with wickedness. And so the objective of the enemy is that he has an agenda to get you off of your game. Yeah. The wicked has an agenda. You do know that, don't you? And the objective is to put pressure on you so to the point that you give up on God. He said that the people are so fortified that when put under pressure, no bone is broken. The text said that no bone, not even his bones, are broken. You want to know what breaks bones? Pressure. You want to know what makes people snap? It's pressure. You want to know what makes people use words that they wouldn't use in the church? That's what I say. It's pressure because you want to know what makes people exercise the kind of actions that you wouldn't normally do in church, but outside you do anything. It's pressure, and so he says that pressure breaks bones, but when you have something down on the inside of you, when you have something down on the inside of you, okay. Let me make sure you don't listen. The Lord has given you something on the inside to repel pressure. Somebody said, have you got your religion? Certainly, Lord. All right, 1962. The world was introduced to the Clampett family. You remember the Clampetts, don't you?
Yeah.
There was Uncle Jed. There was Jethro. There was Granny. Ellie Mae. And all her critters. Y'all remember that? And what put them on the map was the theme song, The Ballad of Jed Clampett, which was written and composed by Paul Hennings and sung by Jerry Scroggins, and accompanied by the bluegrass musicians Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs. Am I right about it? Stayed #1 on the country charts for 3 weeks in a row. But they had a song that was so pointed. Y'all remember the song, don't you? Come and listen to the story by the man named Jed. For my meal. Billy Kevin's family said, but then one day, they was, don't get ahead of me now, they were shooting at some, they were shooting at some, and up to the ground came a black Texas tea. Well, first thing you know, over Texas, millionaire. Ken folks said Jed? Said California. So they loaded and they moved to Beverly. Swimming pools, movie stars. Give this head up a hand, y'all. This story is followed by the Clampetts who came from the Ozark Mountains to this place what they call Bug Tussle, to be exact. And so they moved to the plush and lavish lifestyle of Beverly Hills. They are soon, now get this, they are soon met by this enthusiastic banker by the name of Milburn Drysdale, along with his aristocratic by the name of Mrs. Hathaway. Come on, somebody. And so they tried, Mrs. Hathaway and Milburn Prize, they'll try furiously. They try to change them and civilize the Crampit, but Uncle Jed still kept that too short tuxedo on. Jethro kept his pants pulled up with a rope. Ellie Mae still wore dresses down to her ankles. And Granny never took off her boots. Have I got a witness? And these people were unapologetically riding around lavish Beverly Hills with this 1922 flatbed Buick truck held together by rope and bell wire. But even though the Crampits moved into Beverly Hills, they did not let Beverly Hills move into them. And so the Lord is so good that when he gets inside of you, even though hell is going on around you, he won't let hell get inside of you. I know what you're going through, but you got storms going around you, but he won't let the storm mess you up. See, that's why you're in your right mind now. That's why you're able to think clearly now. Because if it had not been for the Lord on your side, you would be in the corner. You would still be on the crack pipe. You would still be taking hell around. You would still be somewhere wasting your life away. But God turned it around. Because God said, I ain't going to let what happened around you get into you so to the point that it make you lose your mind. Because he gives us a religion that repels pressure. Young people, that's why, I ain't never had no problem with peer pressure. I mean, you talk about some people are different. No, they're to be different. They're to be different. But see, the problem is many of you grown folk have a problem with peer pressure too. Because I'm trying to tell you that some of y'all, that's why you still come to Bible study. Because you heard somebody else, but I ain't going. Some of y'all don't even, I can't listen to nothing he got to say. I am old enough to be his granddaddy. But he called enough to be your pastor. Preach there, that's a good word. I know this fresh off the throne. And so, but let me tell you why. He says, many are afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of it all. Not even none of his bones are broken. But do you know why he still was able to say that? Because the text informs us about the outcome of the wicked. The text says that the evil will slay the wicked. And the text says